to all of them. Far Bridge up at the pace early on. Long Engagement, Desert Orchid on the left as we look at them. That's it. They're at the first. They're all safely over. Rambler taking quite a strong hold. But it's Far Bridge who leads from Rambler and Desert Orchid on the inside. Then Summerled showing a deal of restraint this time. That's a horse who's bandaged. At the second, that's an open ditch. They all jumped it perfectly. So they pass the stands and up towards the third. A long run to that third. And Desert Orchid, the grey, from Far Bridge in second. And then, in fact, it's Far Bridge who leads from Desert Orchid in second. And the other three close lined up behind. What a race we have in prospect, John.
Colin Hawkins is holding Summerled. It's the first time I've ever seen it done, but Desert Orchid still has some company, and David Ellsworth will be pleased to see that. Far Bridge up with the favourite and taking him on as they go down the hill. It won't worry Desert Orchid, but that is in fact the first time this season in a race that he's actually seen another horse. Coming down to the downhill fence now, and they'd be going about 30 miles an hour, in fact a little bit more possibly at this stage. Always a slightly worrying moment. Oops, Desert Orchid, actually, I was longing to say something, say a superlative about him, but as it happened, he put down instead of picking up, put in a short one. Quite safe, though, as they turn round the back. Far Bridge from Desert Orchid, with Rambler on the outside, and Summerled still under control in the rear.
Making a bit of ground on the outside. Desert Orchid jumped that one particularly well. Far Bridge, though, is no slouch, and despite his 11 years, keeping up pace with Desert Orchid. Colin Brown kicked him into that, and he jumped it well, didn't he? Desert Orchid leads, Far Bridge. Summerled makes ground at the third. Rambler not out of it, and behind these comes Long Engagement. So it's Far Bridge who leads, and here are the starting prices. Desert Orchid, the 11th then on favourite. Long Engagement, 3-1. Rambler at 5-1. Not a bad price, 5-1 Rambler. But Far Bridge is the one who leads from Desert Orchid. Then Rambler back in third, followed by Long Engagement and Summerled the back marker. So they continue their journey down the far side and head towards the three island fences, with Far Bridge leading from Desert Orchid moving up on the inside. That's the left of the picture. Got a bit close to that one. Far Bridge, Rambler makes ground on the outside. Summerled makes a mistake and gets a reminder for his pains. This is the 9th, and there, three virtually in line were Desert Orchid, Far Bridge, and Rambler on the outside. Long Engagement tucked away in 4th, and at that one, little to choose between Far Bridge and Desert Orchid. Long Engagement getting closer on the inside of Rambler. The only one really not in contention is Summerled, but as they turn out of the back straight, it's Desert Orchid who asserts and now goes on by a clear length. But look at Long Engagement in the striped jacket, the dark striped jacket next to the rails. Far Bridge gets a reminder there. Rambler looks for room. They come down towards the third last, and it's Desert Orchid in the lead from Far Bridge, who's being hard ridden. Long Engagement, the big challenger to Desert Orchid. Rambler on the right. Come down towards the third last. Four virtually in line. What a race in prospect here. Desert Orchid in the lead from Long Engagement in second. What a good jump by Desert Orchid when he needed it most. Desert Orchid from Long Engagement. Then comes Far Bridge, and Rambler is finding his pace too hot. But it's Desert Orchid in the lead, with the challenge coming from Long Engagement, who's receiving 2 stone. And Long Engagement now comes to take Desert Orchid. Can Desert Orchid find more? But Long Engagement now quickens up on the outside of Desert Orchid, who comes under pressure, and Long Engagement in receipt of 2 stone draws 4 lengths clear as they come to the last. Long Engagement meets it well. Desert Orchid made it running, and he's trying to stay on up the hill, but Long Engagement has a superior turn of foot, and up towards the line, Long Engagement's going to win, and Long Engagement clear from Desert Orchid. So Long Engagement gets the most important scalp yet. Long Engagement the winner, Desert Orchid second. A big gap to Rambler, who was a creditable third. Far Bridge 4th, and Summerled 5th. And so the result of this, the Tingle Creek handicap, it's gone to number 7, Long Engagement, owned by Mr. Brian Gregory, the 3-1 winner of this race, ridden by Richard Dunwoody, his 30th winner of the season, trained at Stow on the Wall by David Nickerson, who'll be tickled pink to have the scalp of number 1, Desert Orchid. That one ridden by Colin Brown, as he usually is.